Hey Pheasant Lane family, hope you're doing well. My name's Robert and this is Pheasant Lane Farm. So today, got the tractor out there warming up, and we kind of changed how we are doing our firewood this year. So kind of making it easy, and just for a number of reasons. We're not doing firewood into the cages this year, but that's a whole nother video on that. So I wanted to get out and do kind of an initial review on the Wolfe Ridge Pro 28C compact commercial log splitter we bought about 2 months ago. We don't have a whole lot of hours on it. Amber's used it, put more hours on the actual machine than I have. When we go out to split wood, we do it together. She likes running the machine, and then I just keep making sure that she has rounds to split. So today what we did is we had a storm come through here. Actually 2 separate storms. One blew down an ash tree almost on top of one of our pig sheds, loafing sheds that we converted for the coonies. And then another one was about to fall. So we just been driving the tractor up and down the driveway, and we have so many dead ash trees right along the driveway. You can literally put a little cut in the bottom of them and just push them over, and then we just buck them up and put them in the trailer. So we have a little, I think 6x12 landscape trailer that I got hooked to the tractor right now. You ready to go?
Yeah.
And so that's pretty well loaded up, and I got some other rounds from last week out there. So let's run some logs through the log splitter. We'll get kind of why we bought it, and then wrap up this video with our impressions. You get the input from both me and Amber and Kiddo. Woo! Ready to go split some firewood?
Yeah.
Are you warm? You got gloves on?
Yeah.
All right, we're good to go. So Amber's getting dressed back there. I was standing in the house for a few minutes and I had to come out in the garage because I was sweating. So you can see my wife's lovely chicken rack of all her different chicken feeds, egg cartons, vet supplies. Let's just say she's the organized one in the family. So that half of garage is just totally destroyed right now, but we'll get into that in another video. It's not necessarily messy. My brother and I have a 6x12 enclosed trailer that had nothing, packed full of nothing but goose hunting, decoys, blinds, some of our lake hunting rigs, everything. And we needed the trailer around Thanksgiving, so everything from the trailer got shoved into the garage, and then the trailer is still full of stuff a family member gave us. So yeah, we don't have any room. We need a new house.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I wish. Maybe
Pay
someday.
this one off first.
Yeah, pay this one off and we'll see what happens. So, all right, we're going to go out there, get things set up, and we'll be back with you. But this, like I said, is going to be kind of the initial review. I don't know if the splitter has 5, 6, 7 hours, something on that. Not a whole bunch. I wish it had a lot more hours, but just the way it's worked out. All right, it got a little cold outside and windy, so we're gonna finish this up inside the house. Real quick, I just want to go over the specs on the Pro 28 Compact Commercial. So again, this is made by Wolfe Ridge Manufacturing. Pro 28C, which stands for Compact Commercial. So you can tow that down the road. They say 45 mile per hour maximum. They say you can do up to 300 full quart a year. And you could probably do that if you had a crew of 3 guys, 3 or 4 people. We don't run that thing to maximum efficiency. I think that's pretty obvious. We're doing it just for homeowner use. If you had somebody that was constantly shoving rounds, somebody running the machine and someone taking the wood off of it, and even perhaps another guy helping to keep that machine fed with wood, you could probably do that. 8-inch heavy-duty reinforced I-beam, a 12-inch AR400 wedge, hydraulic log lift with a 450-pound capacity. This one has a 13 horsepower Honda GX390 engine, 22 gallon per minute cast iron pump, 25 gallon hydraulic tank. This one's powder coated black, hydraulic 4-way wedges included, blasted and powder coated frame in your choice of 4 colors. Obviously, ours is the steel orange, and we'll get to that in a little bit. 4.8 inch by 12 inch rims, 21 inch radial tires, Dexter hub spindles, and they tout that this will fit in the back of a pickup truck. We haven't done that yet. And the whole unit weighs 1,400 pounds, and I'm just reading right off their website here. Let's see here. Ours had some options ordered on it. We have the electric start. We have the Magnum big bore option, which makes 2-second quicker cycle time. I believe it's 6.5 seconds now on that. And obviously you can see from the video, the hydraulic cylinder on that is quite a bit larger. We did have them throw in a 6-way wedge when I ordered it. And what else we got here? The main thing is auto cycle. So originally I wanted just the 28 model. You don't get electric start, you don't get any of that stuff. And I thought we'd be happy with that. So the main reason we upgraded splitters was we were using just a Husky, I think 22 ton. And it's a good splitter. Yeah, it's a good splitter.
It was appreciated.
It was appreciated. A family member gave that to us.
But soul heat.
Yeah, so we heat our house only with wood. This is the first time, last month is the first time we've ever used electric heat in this house, and it's because we had COVID. And
the bill wasn't bad at least, but still.
Yeah.
We choose wood heat. It's so much more comfortable.
Yeah, we just didn't have any energy to go out and get firewood around. But yeah, so the 22 ton is a nice splitter. It got things done. It was just a single wedge. Actually, the wedge was on the cylinder. And the problem is, when I got hurt, I can't lift rounds up. Now today, what you saw us split was all pretty small stuff with the hookaroon, pickaroon, whatever you want to call it. I can get all those rounds up on that splitter one-handed. We have quite a few, I probably have 10 cords of firewood out there still in log form. And a lot of those I can't. So I went away, or Amber went away for the day, came back, and we used to split all our firewood and stack it neat in IBC totes. Do you remember that day?
Yeah, I do.
And then what happened?
I said, that's all you have done?
Yeah.
A half cage? Third of a cage?
Like almost, yeah.
Maybe.
She was gone for like a couple hours.
That's a problem.
That's all I could get done. When you go from having 2 arms to an arm that's there but really doesn't do a whole lot, and I'm not using that as an excuse, that's my life now, I have to deal with that on a daily basis. But we had a serious sit-down talk that night. I said, I used to be able to do one of these cages an hour, and that's not efficient by any means, to do a third of a cord IBC cage in an hour. We tend to split our firewood a lot smaller than what some people do.
We like a mix, I think.
Yeah.
Well, we like the bigger rounds at night, and then during the day we just like to load it with the smaller. I don't know. Preference.
So we purposely split our wood where we have some that are 2x2, 3x3, and then some that we'll just run through once. A lot of stuff that was on that trailer, just we'll throw that in the stove as full rounds. But yeah, that night I was just extremely frustrated. We really enjoy wood heat. We don't want to get away from it. You know, our 5-year plan is to build a new house, and we've already contacted builders. and asking questions like, hey, can I still incorporate, when you build this house, I want it purpose built for wood heat. And it's just something we didn't want to get away from. We just love having a wood stove in the house. So we had a sit down talk, and she goes, my wife is very frugal and good with money, and her investments do better than mine, but we won't get into that. And she goes, go buy a wood splitter. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, we need something with a log lift, obviously. She goes, I don't want to get away from, she enjoys splitting firewood. I enjoy splitting firewood.
But I also don't think it needs to take up our whole life. It's trade-offs.
And with the,
we
20,
want this long term.
Yeah, and with the 22 ton, it would be an all day affair to get, a cord stacked up. So we had to talk, and I said either we install a propane furnace in this house. Electric's kind of expensive where we are, and we've managed to keep our electric bills for the most part in the $75 range in the winter. There's farms not far from us that are $400 or $500 a month. The farm I grew up on in the same county, it's just outrageous electricity, same company. So she said, hey, go buy a splitter, do the research. I called a couple companies, and I'd always thought the Wolfe Ridges were nice, and then obviously a lot of people mention Easton Made. And I actually called Easton Made. They were out 14 months. They wanted $1,000 to deliver it. I understand, that they're in Canada, but I was like, let me call Wolfe Ridge. And I had spoken to them last fall, or before I got hurt, so a year and a half ago, we thought about ordering one. It just kind of got put in the back burner. And they said, hey, we have some dealers now. And I was like, I didn't even know. Before, you had to order direct from them. If you order from the company right now, they're 24 weeks out according to their website. So I called around. I was willing to drive to North Carolina to get one. We just needed one that bad. Yeah, I was willing to go. If they had one up there, I was willing to go. I called dealers in Pennsylvania. I called a dealer in Ohio. It took the dealer in Ohio a few days to get back to me because their guy had the day off. But I ended up buying from Hartville Hardware, and when I called them, they said, hey, we don't even stock the regular base model anymore because everybody wants to upgrade to auto cycle. And so then I was like, well, that's more money than I wanted to spend, but give me your spiel on them. And I had looked at all their models. I knew we didn't need a super high output or anything like that. And he goes, honestly, I have 2 machines coming in on a whole load. I don't know if they get 8 or 10 machines at a time, but I guess it depends on the size of the machine. But he goes, I have two machines coming in. They're both 28Cs, compact commercials. And they were pretty much outfitted the same. And I don't remember what the difference was, but the orange one was $100 more. And it wasn't even the paint. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. So they were spec'd out a little bit different. And I thought, well, if we're going to do it, what's $100? So I said, give me the orange one. It could have been pink. I wouldn't have cared about the color. So we do have, the 6-way wedge. We have the auto cycle. We have the electric start. And that's nice. That's the first time I've ever had a log splitter with the electric start on it. But it has been a game changer, and we're right around 7 hours on it right now. I've probably used it 2 hours, and she's probably used the remaining. But hey, it works. I just keep giving rounds, and she splits them. And usually we split to the back of a dump trailer. Today we just split into a little landscape trailer that we're not using. So that's that. And another thing, I'm kind of a personal relationship person. I feel like we have a relationship with Hartville Hardware right now. And actually last week they sent me a handwritten thank you card in the mail. I think it's still in my truck. She hasn't even seen it yet. But it was like Hartville Hardware. I'm like, what's this? It was like a card just with our name on it, no return address. Open it up, and they said, hey, we appreciate you coming to us. And they wrote a nice letter out from their power sport, I guess you call it, sales division. So I thought that was really nice, and we will be buying more from Hartville Hardware. We went down there this fall after we bought the log splitter. My dad, Amber, and kiddo, we went down just to look. It's just a cool store. So we had lunch down there, and it was pretty cool. So that's that, guys. Do you think we made a good purchase?
Absolutely. It costs money, but I am an operation person. It was killing me, our process before. Yes, it was cheaper to do it the old way, but we're in this for the long term.
And that's what she does.
What's a small payment, and we can pay it off in a year or two.
Yeah.
You know,
I actually took a loan out for it. We had the money, but I was like, I don't know.
We just gotta play it safe.
We just built a brand new pole barn, and I paid cash for all the concrete. I paid cash for the barn.
The rate's not bad on it, and we're not gonna pay it over that time period. It'll be fine.
I don't mind taking a loan out if we can pay it off in a year.
Firewood's not our whole life either because of it. It's not, and it shouldn't be.
I used to sell firewood before I got hurt. Now that's not an option for me. Hopefully, maybe someday. But right now, even if you're not going into a business scenario, it's nice. And let me tell you one thing real quick. We took out a little loan to pay for the splitter. The payment on the splitter is cheaper than if we would run our house totally electric. So, like,
very true.
Our average electric bill, summer, winter, everything, heating, cooling, is down to we got it down to like $75 a month. Sometimes it goes up, but never really over $100. And so the cost of us purchasing that splitter is cheaper than us saying, hey, let's just run our house on electric heat, which that heat source in our opinion isn't as efficient.
It's still cold even though you have the house at 70. 66 in here is toasty.
And we're in Northern Ohio. I grew up in a farmhouse where my friends would say, hey, are you guys poor? Like, your house is freezing. And no, my dad just liked it cold. Actually, my dad owns the commercial property that the propane company's on. So we basically got propane for free, and my dad still kept our house like 62 degrees all winter long. Her parents keep the house a lot different.
My mom's cold.
Yeah, our wood burner is in our living room, and then we live in a small ranch. So we actually keep the bedroom doors shut most of the day. So it's weird. Like, people are like, oh my God, your living room's 81, but it's wood heat.
It's
so
comfortable.
And then our bedroom is. The other day, she left the bedroom door open when she left for work, and I went back there around 3 o'clock. We had a northern wind. Our bedroom was down to 49 degrees. So,
oops.
Yeah, I said you gotta leave the door cracked a little bit, Amber. But that's that, guys. It is a large investment. And, if we build a new house, I want to put in a wood boiler. I would still love to have a wood stove in the living room. Someday I'd like to build a big shop, and I'd like to have the wood boiler for that. So even though I know a lot of people probably think that's, why do you have such a large splitter or an expensive investment in a splitter when you only go through 2.5 cord of firewood a year? And that's what we go through. 2 to 2.5 cord will keep our house toasty all winter long. But actually, we were just talking last night. I'd like to build a wood shed out here where I can keep 10 cord just stacked up in here. And
you don't know what prices we're going to do next year.
Yeah, you don't know
if you can get this next year. You have a hard time finding this.
Yeah, I had a hard time finding it. So, and I wasn't really willing to wait I couldn't wait the 24 weeks or the 14 months from Easton Made that I was quoted. But I am very, very happy with our purchase. My dad enjoys running this machine. He's been out here a little bit. Today we just had the 4-way wedge on. I do have the 6, but the 4 is just kind of nice. I knew we had a bunch of different size wood out there today. 98% of that was split today on that trailer load was dead ash, and there was a little bit of elm just that I had laying around. So I'm extremely happy with this, guys. I know it's a lot of money out front. Her background is everything has to be efficient, and what's the best way to do stuff and cost effective. And yeah, my wife's like dealing with a bank every time.
You better make sense if you're going to propose this.
Yeah, so, but I was kind of shocked that she said go buy a splitter, but it's what we had to do at the time. So as always, guys, I appreciate the support. Life has been pretty crazy for us the last 15, 16 months, but we needed a splitter with a log lift if we were going to keep heating with wood, and something that's efficient. Like she said,
it's important to us.
It is. It's actually something, like we live in the woods. We're never going to run out of wood. Actually, I prefer buying logs because it's easier on me, and since my accident. But I really love getting out there and just having
it's enjoyable.
Yep, just the experience. It's a workout for me. and she runs the chainsaws. I'm just kind of dabbling and running the chainsaws, and that's the way it goes. Life will throw you things that you're not ready for. All you can do is kind of adapt and overcome them.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything else?
Nope, it was a good purchase. I think it was a better purchase than the flatbed. This made sense.
The flatbed made sense.
I know.
Yeah, we went out and bought a Diamond C 32-foot flatbed, my dad and I, and it was one of those other things, like, I either bought it now or it was going
You
up
don't know
35%
next year.
the
Yeah.
next week. So
It's just one of those years. You don't know.
I have used it to haul hay straw
Yeah.
once, so it'll come in handy. But all right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for all your support. As to the quality of this machine, I haven't found any bad welds on it. With the big bore Magnum package, you do get a larger push block. That is nice.
It's fun.
Yep, and I love having the hydraulic wedge on it. So just flip of a lever, go up and down. Maybe I'd like it more if I got to use the machine sometimes. So, all right, everybody, take care. We will catch you on the next one, and we got some dinner plans here in a little bit. So we'll catch you later. God bless. Make smart decisions.
Yeah, get on that, Doug.
I do make smart decisions.
He's accident.
I'm accident prone.
He is accident.
Those aren't bad decisions. Those are just accident prone.
Debatable.
All right. Talk to you guys later. Take care.